2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of You Know
Ball, baby.
Brought to you by the Run the Play
Network.
I'm your host, Anthony. To my right, I got the man, the myth, the Lakers number 2. Philly in this motherfucker.
For a second, I was like, why are you saying number 2? And I was like, because we're number 2 in the West.
There you go.
How you doing, Brody?
I'm doing good. We have a huge announcement. We're relaunching the Discord server back just in time for March Madness. Mm-hmm. We're going to be hosting a March Madness tournament in our Discord server. The link is going to be in the description down below. If you somehow beat me or beat Phil in the March Madness bracket, if you win the entire thing, you'll be getting a jersey of your choice. Mm-hmm. Whether that's basketball, football,
baseball,
hockey,
Major League Soccer,
rugby.
My dumb self almost said Australian rugby. Oh my gosh.
They wear jerseys in cricket.
That's crazy. Oh, cricket.
Cricket. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, click that link in the description below to join the Discord server. It's going to be major moves. We're going to be active in there. It's the best way to contact all of us. If you want to talk ball with me and Phil, if you want to talk about some other freaky shit with Isaiah, because, you know, Isaiah's got the best freaky advice. Like, that's
actually why I made the Discord.
Isaiah's got his freaky tab in the Discord with all his links in there, so you could check that out. His OnlyFans is going to be in there as well.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Yeah, so click that link in the description. Other than that, today, you already know what we're on. We're going to be talking about, are the Lakers really contenders? How far can the Golden State Warriors go in the playoffs? Kyrie Irving's injury, prayers up. What's next for the Dallas Mavericks? But first and foremost, honestly, starting to become my favorite segment of the week. A player I've been watching this week, the player I've been tapped in. We got to have a name for this, like a cool, like a little song, you know, like EJ's Nito.
What was that? Was that
Dunna?
Like what?
Player of the week.
Be like Will Smith in that one scene where he was telling Uncle Phil he messed with his old girlfriend. Ta-dow.
Player we've been watching this week.
Yes, sir.
My player I've been watching this week, I just changed it last minute. At first I had Zion here because he's been killing, but I want to have a conversation about Ivica Zubac.
Oh,
dude,
okay.
Is Ivica Zubac a top 30 player in the NBA? Because he deadass might be there at this point, bro.
It might be, man. All the injuries and all the stuff going on, or even in general, just the way he's been playing.
20 and 10 consistently every night. Like, he's not the passer Sabonis is, but he's a better defender. He's a pretty good defender, bro. He's been like the anchor for this Clippers defense that's been so good all season. Rebounding, scoring, being a role man. Like, he's kind of doing it all this season for the Clippers.
He's been a good big man.
I'm putting him top 30. Top 30 Zubac.
I think recently, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just this season.
He could probably be top 30.
Just this season. I'm not saying all time. I'm not saying putting their resume on the paper. I'm not saying Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying top 30 this season. But shout out to Zion, too. He's been killing. He's shown his top 5 player in the league potential because I told you that man shouldn't be 18 on your top 25 under 25.
We'll see. We will see.
Hey, ask Trey Jemison if he saw.
That was a crazy poster. I'll give him that.
That shit was crazy.
That was a crazy poster.
That shit was crazy.
Oh, man.
He yammed on him. But yeah, who's your player for the week?
Oh, man. I just wanted to shout out Colin Gillespie and Chris Dunn because they've been going in real quick. But there are 2 players that I've been watching that I've been keeping a little close tabs.
No. Shout out those guys first. Give a little.
All right. Colin Gillespie had a crazy game against the Flippers.
I love the backup point guard love. I think Chris Dunn's starting right now, but I love that type of player.
Oh yeah, Chris Dunn's been doing his thing, but just giving Colin Gillespie some love real quick. Brody had a crazy game against the Flippers. He had a crazy game. And before, I mean, as you guys know, I went to the Palm Springs game, and he's the one, when all the stars went out, who gave the Lakers the L. He made Bronny look like a fool in the preseason game, and I was like, dang, Colin Gillespie, is he going to come out and do his thing? Well, apparently he did, and he did it against the Flippers, and that man scored 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in 14 minutes?
Straight
off the bench.
Class.
Had a clutch 3 to pack up the Flippers.
Plus 21.
He was plus 21 on a, what do we call that again? Player plus minus. Plus minus, just saying. And then Brody, you should have seen the way him and KD were reacting with each other after the game. After he made that 3. Like, that's chemistry right there. And honestly, if I'm Budenholzer, I'm giving him more run. You're going to need that if you're trying to make a playoff push, especially with the Mavericks going down the way they did. But Colin Gillespie, good job, man. Like, that was a good game. If you saw that game, that was an energizer right there. With Chris Dunn, Brody plays really good defense. I ain't got nothing else to say, but also his offense has improved a little bit too.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, he turned into a good shooter. I was like, dang, shooting 2 for 3
What
a couple
school
games.
did Chris Dunn go to? I liked him, bro, coming out.
He went to, not Villanova. It was some type of
Providence.
Providence.
I like Chris Dunn. I like Davion Mitchell. I like Devin Carter. Like,
Yep.
I love those type of guys coming out of college.
6-man top of point guards right there.
Literally just a fucking clamp.
Davion Mitchell been doing this thing too, but the one guy I want to put some props to is Dyson Daniels, obviously.
There you go.
I love Dyson Daniels, but that game against Memphis, that I was watching the game and he was playing like really well, like doing his role. It wasn't flashy or anything, but he was playing really good. But bro, those last seconds in his defense and that strip on Desmond Bane, that was probably one of the cleanest strips I've seen in a while. Like one of the cleanest. Like he was just letting them body him up. And then he used his wingspan, got the steal, and then got passed the ball down to Karis LeVert. And Karis LeVert had one of the most beautiful game-winning Euro steps like I've ever seen.
That shit was crazy.
Wow.
At first, when I saw that, I thought someone missed and he got the rebound because I was like watching on my phone in class. And then I rewatched it and I was like, dude, that was sexy.
That was clean, bro.
Right
that
now,
was fundamentals.
Dyson is second for most improved player. Next week, by the way, we should do our award predictions because I think that would be fun. But Cade Cunningham is the favorite for most improved player, and that shit pisses me off.
I don't think he should get it. I think Dyson Daniels should get it.
I think, yeah, Dyson Daniels definitely should. I like Ty Jerome for it, too. I think
Ty Jerome, yes, but listen to this.
Or Pritchard. Or Pritchard.
Or Pritchard. I wouldn't be mad if Pritchard won it,
Uh-huh.
especially since Brody had, 41, 10, and 10 yesterday?
He killed. But what were you about to say?
2024, this is what Dyson Daniels averaged. And this is provided by Kevin Keneally1 on Twitter. 2024, he averaged 5.8 points, 3.9 rebounds, 2.7 assists, with 1.4 steals per game. This season, he's averaging 14 points, 5.6 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 3 steals a game.
That's crazy.
3 steals. He is leading the NBA in steals per game. I think he's 2 steals over SGA. It's either SGA or another person, but bro, that is insane. To go from 1 steal a game to 3 steals a game the whole season, and we're at the 60 game mark.
I want to say it's a minutes thing, but also like a lot of people I've been seeing lately saying like the Pelicans fumbled the bag with the DeJounte trade. First of all, they didn't know DeJounte was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But second of all, like Dyson Daniels last season and prior seasons wasn't a dude that Pelicans fans were like, oh, we need to play him.
Yeah.
Like he was damn near unplayable, bro. He was like a project type of guy. And the project ended up working out this season, so
Exactly.
I'm not shitting on him. But like if he played there for 3 seasons and wasn't that good, like it just kind of makes sense for him to be like go somewhere else and hoop. But bro, I don't know what he was picked at, but I think that year I had him in the top 6, top 7.
I think he was top 10.
I feel like I hit that year, bro. I hit on Jalen Williams. Was that Josh Giddey's year? No. I hit on Jalen Williams, Dyson Daniels. No, Dyson Daniels was Josh Giddey's year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's second for most improved and second for defensive player of the year this season. So shout out Dyson Daniels.
Between Evan Mobley and Jared Jackson Jr., who you think should get it?
Evan Mobley. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. has a most improved player case because his offensive side of the ball has been so good. Defensively, he's obviously like an elite defender.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a defensive player of the year this season. I think Evan Mobley's been the catalyst this season. I think Dyson Daniels has a better case than Jaren, in my personal opinion. Yeah, let's get into some of the news, but before we get into that, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Yes, sir.
Man, okay, LeBron hit my parlay. Let's get it.
Oh shit, he hit it?
Yeah, bro. Look
I
at
won
this.
I won $200. I tailed your parlay.
How the heck did you win $200?
I used Boom Fantasy. I used their pick and spin, spun the wheel, got 10 times my money.
Bro, you gotta hook me up.
If you use code RTP, you could get a risk-free bet up to $100. Let's get back to the video. All right, Phil. Before we get into the news, I saw this on Twitter. I wanted to see if you could guess it. Can you name the best 5-man lineups in the NBA this season?
Best 5-man lineups?
Yes. So based on plus minus, I have 7 lineups here. Can you name the best? They're pretty much all starting 5s.
All right, just starting 5s,
Yes.
pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna instantly go with OKC.
OKC is number 4.
Number 4, that's crazy.
Well, you got to think OKC's depth is so good. So, like, that's kind of why. Like, Shea doesn't even play in the fourth quarters. I seen another stat where Shea is leading the NBA in scoring if it was just the first 3 quarters of a game. Mm-hmm. Like, compared to everyone else who's playing all 4 quarters, Shea is still leading the league in scoring.
Wow.
Which is crazy. But anyway, that's my go. Shout out to Oregon Merchant.
Next one I want to say is the Celtics.
Celtics are number 2 with Al Horford at center.
Got you. After that, I'm obviously going to say the Knicks.
The Knicks aren't on here, which is crazy.
Wow.
But I think the Knicks have been very up and down this season, so it kind of makes sense.
All right. Then next, I'm going to say Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis Grizzlies are number 1 at a plus 28.6 with John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson, Zach Edey.
Okay.
That was the main reason I put this on here, because you be talking shit about the Grizzlies.
I'm still going to talk mess about the Grizzlies.
Some other ones that are on here, there's like weirder ones who aren't at the top of their conference, but the Kings are number 3 with Keon Ellis, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis, which is crazy that that's that 5. It's like Keon Ellis, not Fox. No Levine on it. Pacers with Halliburton, Nembhard, Benny, Siakam, Miles Turner. That kind of makes sense. The Spurs with Chris Paul and Wemby's on here. Champagne's also on here. Vassell's on here. Harrison Barnes. And then the Clippers starting 5 without Kawhi. So Harden, Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Derek Jones Jr., and Ivica, top 30, Zubac. Let's talk about the news. Let's talk about what we are here to talk about. The Lakers.
Here we go.
Are they contenders? Okay. And I want you to know before we get into the segment, I'm not here to argue with you because I think this team is slowly growing on me. I want to see more from them still.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you think the Lakers are real-life contenders? As a Laker fan. Let's put that out there now.
Okay.
And also, what's a real-life contender? Like, when you say contender, is it like we're going to make the finals, or contender as in like, when I think of contender, I'm like, does this team realistically have a chance to win a championship this season?
Okay. Then in that case, if we're saying get to the finals, yes, I believe they're a contender. But if we're saying win the NBA championship, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I don't think they have I'm not going to say I don't think they have enough. I think they are just lacking on one aspect. And I think that's the easiest thing. Because on Twitter, I posted this. It was just a simple question. Are Trey Jemison III and Jackson Hayes enough to help the Lakers win a championship this year? I am still questioning it to this day, only because now I feel like the team role-wise is like they have their identity. They know how to win games. The thing is, like, we still have a tough stretch to go. And I don't know if Trey Jemison III and Jackson Hayes can continue this defensive effort they've been putting in against the teams that we're going to face in the future.
I'm trying to look and see, like, what's the worst big man rotation to ever win a championship.
Yeah.
Like, while you're talking. But
yeah, no problem.
I don't think there's one worse than that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm concerned about.
Like, maybe the 90s. No, because they had Rodman. Like, when I think of big men, sure, the center rotation's weak, but the Lakers don't really have anyone that I would trust to guard, like a center. Like, you could put Rodman on a center. You could put Bosh on a center. Maybe the Cavs, like Kevin Love, defensively, like if that's what we're talking about. But, yeah.
What do you think? Do you think they're contenders?
Okay, this is my breakdown, right?
Yeah.
I think if the Lakers continue to shoot the fucking skin off the ball the way they are, then yeah. But I just don't know if they'll be able to, because they're shooting at an insane rate right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that's a realistic thing for them to keep doing. Defensively, they've been amazing also, obviously. And I can see them keeping that up, because I feel like that's more of a coaching thing, because they don't have the pieces to be a great defensive team. It's more J.J. Redick. And I'm going to give credit to Jared Vanderbilt, too, who's been really hooping his ass off.
He's been doing a good job.
But there's two sides to this, right?
Yeah.
I think, actually, shout out Christian. Christian brought this up to me last night because I was talking to him about the pod. Guarding Luka and LeBron for 48 minutes in a playoff series is going to be exhausting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is that not exhausting for those players? Like, is that going to be effective enough to make the championship? Because I feel like this team is very offensively simple. You know, like, and it's not like a shit on J.J. Redick thing, because I think J.J. Redick has coached his ass off this year. But offensively, like, you have Luka and LeBron, you kind of just play that style because that's the style that's worked for them. I don't know. I feel like that could get shut down in the playoffs, because I saw it with Dallas in the finals last year, where they relied on Luka so much, and then when Luka got kind of clamped up in the finals, it was like All right, now what do we do? And I don't think this might be a hot take, but I don't think LeBron is as good of a scorer as Kyrie is. And Kyrie kind of got shut down not shut down in the finals, but it was a struggle for him too. I could definitely see LeBron struggling as a second option if that's the team's focus. If a team is like, we're going to let Austin Reeves beat us in the playoffs, Austin Reeves might be able to pull that off, but I wouldn't feel confident in it.
Honestly, like, this is the tough thing about it, because I saw painfully those Mavericks versus Celtics games. Laker fan talking there. I hate the Celtics, so yeah, I hated it. But with Kyrie, I can see what you're saying about him being a better scorer than LeBron because that's just his focus.
Yeah.
Like, he's a scorer mindset. He goes in, does this. But I feel like LeBron is still way more dangerous, if that makes sense. Only because with LeBron, he can score. But I feel like players are also worried about what type of plays he's trying to set up, because he can slash and he can also move the ball out. And I feel like he does that way better than Kyrie. But also, he's a taller and bigger and stronger player than Kyrie, so I feel like he could still take more contact and finish. It's not going to look as good as Kyrie. It's not going to seem as efficient as Kyrie, but it's still going to give the defense like that wonder of, is he going to pass it out? Is he going to try to throw a lob? Is he going to do this? Compared to Kyrie, where I feel like it's always going to be, oh yeah, he's going to go in and try to get this and-1 score. That's what I feel the difference is.
I feel like that's with LeBron though too, where it's like more like if LeBron's not gonna win a series off jump shots, you know, so it's gonna be downhill to the basket, and I feel like a lot of the teams in the West have that where they could send people to help, like Jaren Jackson, Chet, Şengün, even Jokic. Like, all those teams kind of have that. I think the Warriors would be the matchup for you guys, because I think you would bust the Warriors' ass.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see how the Timberwolves play you guys, because I think you guys, not roster, but have been playing better than the Timberwolves. Like, I feel like your rosters are very close.
Yeah.
But I think Rudy would be an interesting problem for you guys, because I think, like, you guys are, like, one of the only teams that don't have real bigs. So, like, Rudy could literally just be like, I'm a help. And, like, there's nothing you could really do about it. I want to see a playoff atmosphere, how this team works. Because I'm cool with Jackson Hayes beating us. I'm cool with Austin Reeves beating us. Like, I want to see how that works in the playoffs. And maybe I could be completely wrong about that. Again, I don't know how I feel about this team. Because, again, if Austin Reeves and Dorian Finney-Smith and Vanderbilt are shooting the way they're shooting, like, this team might be unbeatable.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's... I don't know. I feel like I've seen this before, where a team looks this good and then the playoffs come and it's, like, scary.
No, yeah. I don't know. I just want to say, first and foremost, because it almost sounds like I'm hating on them. I'm not. I am very proud of this team. Like, yes, we're at second place right now, and I don't know if we're going to hold it or not, but either way, the fact that we are at second place is super cool. Like, I think we'll finish 4th or 5th still, but I'm very proud of them. I think we should keep this team, the 1 through 4 wise, like, investigate it with Trey Jemison and Jackson Hayes. But there's still a lot of big questions. There's still, and it's mainly about interior defense, along with spacing. I feel like that's going to be the big thing to investigate. And I know JJ Redick's going to figure it out along with his coaching staff. I believe in him. I'm honestly impressed with him, and honestly, JJ Redick is my pick for Coach of the Year. But
Really?
I don't know, man. It's just, there's still questions, and there's still the lack of size a little bit, but I still think they're a contender to make it to the NBA Finals.
I think right now it's hard to say they're not a contender. I need to see those. Like, I need to see the Lakers win a game where the shot's not falling.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's going to be in the playoffs, you know?
Well, I mean, they did do that when Luka's shots weren't falling. He had a couple of games where he went 6 for 17, 6
He
for
did,
18.
but the team shots were falling, you know? Like, that's how it's going to be in the playoffs. I feel like you can't generate all these, like, perfect looks in the playoffs because the game kind of slows down. It gets more grit and grindy, more handsy. That's what I want to see from them.
Yeah.
Because, Luka's shot wasn't falling, but DFS probably shot 4 for 6, you know? Like, I don't know. And, again, maybe this is a cop-out answer, but I just don't know if this team is a contender. And not in a way where I'm shitting on them. I legitimately don't know. Like, they could be, they could not be. And I want to see that. Their schedule gets a little tough.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a good time to revisit this question and kind of see, because they have looked fucking amazing. That Pelicans game was an amazing win because like they were busting the Pelicans' ass, but the Pelicans did not really go away until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, one of the coolest stats that was said was Zion scored 17 points in the paint and they still lost by 21.
Yeah, that's crazy.
17 points in the paint by himself.
That's
Wow.
Wait, how?
Huh?
How you score 17 points in the paint?
Oh, yeah. So, like he scored, like, because he had 33 and 17 of those points. He got 17 of those points in the paint.
But how do you get an odd number in the paint?
Oh, maybe somebody said 17, so maybe it was 18 or something.
Maybe. Or maybe it's like counting and ones and stuff like that.
I just heard they said 17. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
So it must have been like an AM one, or maybe it was it must have been an AM one. I heard the stat. I'm sorry, y'all.
You're good. I want to see. I don't believe in the Knicks, but I do want to see how they. Is Cat back? Cat's not back, huh?
He wasn't back against the Warriors.
He's gonna come back against the Lakers, and then I'm gonna see a post.
Yeah.
Lakers always get the dudes. Bro,
Oh,
no,
man. It's true.
No, those posts piss me off because it's
Why?
like I've seen so many where it's like role players, bro, and it's like why. Like, players are going to come back. I feel like if you do that for every team, you could find that for every team.
But I don't know, man. There's been so many times, like, people will just, like for example, when they played the Hornets and the Hornets were celebrating after they beat us, instantly, LaMelo Ball, the only player who played was Miles Bridges. Everybody else just sat out. Everyone. LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams, yada, yada, yada. You name it. Everybody sat out the next game. And they sat out for the next 3 games after that. Flippers. Norman Powell comes back. Plays 1 minute, and then like we start busting their ass. Next thing you know, out for the rest of the game.
But Norman Powell injured something else.
It
wasn't like the same injury got re-aggravated.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know.
think of everything, bro. I'm just saying.
I feel like
people,
I don't know. I think that
people come back, man.
I don't know.
People come back.
I feel like if you do that for every team, like they'll do it. I feel like the Lakers are just the only ones who track it. I'm trying to figure out who it was, but I dead ass seen it for a role player, and like Laker fans were on Twitter mad about it.
Because we just get annoyed that everybody always comes back.
I think it was Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell? Well,
Yeah.
that one's crazy because he's been out the whole stinking year, and then all of a sudden he comes back for 1 game, and then he sits out the other games.
But who
for the
gives a
Mavericks.
fuck? He's ass.
But that's the point. I'm just saying, like, out of the blue, these players come back for some reason to play the Lakers, and then they sit out like 5 or 10 more
I don't
games
think
after.
they're thinking about that. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
It's crazy though. It's like, why? Is it? And then somebody told me it's because television reasons and stuff like that. I'm like, but why? If you're hurt, why risk it against the Lakers out of all the teams, especially last year and the year before when we weren't doing crap? Why are you risking it on us?
I dead ass think I want to see. I need someone who's not a Laker fan to track that. I want to see what the other statistics are because I feel like that's just I feel like you could do that with any team.
All right. To this day, I will track it.
To
To this day, I will consistently track it. I got
for
you.
other teams, not the Lakers, because the Lakers get tracked on Twitter.
Oh, so no Lakers stuff.
No, because we see it. I see it every time a player. Dwight Powell comes back, motherfucker. Julian Strother. Like it's like fucking players who get 6 minutes per game. Like who cares? Let's talk about Kyrie Irving.
Got you.
And his sad injury
Yeah.
that took him out for the season, and now it's looking like they're gonna arrest AD for the rest of the season. What's next for the Mavericks? They own their 26, 27 first, and their 28. They'll get if it's in the top 2.
They don't own the 2025?
Oh, maybe they own 25.
I was just asking.
25, 26. But I'll double check on that. But what do you think is next for the Mavericks while I check that?
All right. So there's been stuff going around.
They do own their 25. 25 and 26.
Okay.
Not their 27.
And that's good. There's stuff going around saying they should let AD just heal up, not play for the rest of the season. I agree with it. Because this next stretch, I mean, we don't even know if AD's going to come back in a week or 2. And that's kind of what you need him to. You need him to come back next week because the Suns, Colin Gillespie and KD gave him a much needed win That's going to give them some energy. And then the schedule I know is tough, but I think now they have a much bigger chance to steal that play-in spot from them and be in the play-in where you guys, it's going to be like, who's the next person maybe getting hurt? I forgot to put the picture there of all the players that they have out right now, but literally from their starting 5, besides Klay Thompson, to a lot of key bench players,
Yeah, I
they're
think
not
it's
coming
Kyrie,
back.
AD, Gafford,
Derek Lively.
Derek Lively.
My bad, not Quentin Grimes. Jaden Hardy. Trying to think of who else. There's a lot. There's a lot of people they're missing and that are hurt. Because I know Max
Exum, PJ Washington, Jones is listed out for tonight. Yeah, that is crazy. That sucks.
That's what I'm saying. So like at this point, if you're not gonna have two of those players or even just one, you might as well just rest them.
You think AD would want to rest up?
I think he would want to play.
I think he'd want to play too, like chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, if I'm the Mavericks, I feel like there's no point to even try to push just to get that 10th or 9th seed.
Yeah.
Like there's no point because then you still have to go through, okay, we finished the season and we're in the play-in. Now we have one day of rest. Now we got to play up against the stinking Sacramento Kings or the whoever's there.
Shout out the Kings.
That too. I just don't think it's worth it. I think just rest up, get ready for next season. And I know it's a big hit. I know Mavericks fans, like, this sucks. Like, I actually feel bad for him. But it's better to just regroup than just try to push for something and make it an even worse injury.
I want to see, like, if AD could come back and push them to a series against the Lakers, and I think y'all would probably bust their ass. But I think it would be so fun to see, like, an AD revenge series against the Lakers. Because that, honestly, I feel like AD is the one who probably got the most screwed.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like, more than Luka.
Honestly.
If the organization has been, like, talking, like, taking beers away, they've definitely had conversations. So Luka probably knew the organization didn't really fuck with him like that.
Yeah.
AD, it kind of seemed like out of nowhere.
Yeah. What did you think about what Jeannie Buss said? Do you think that was really a shot?
What was it?
So basically, she was in an interview with somebody, and she was trying to say that both teams won. And she said a comment that everybody was thinking was a shot at AD. She said, like, he was either complaining or he didn't enjoy playing the five, basically. And so we sent him to a team where he doesn't have to. And the way it was phrased, though, it didn't seem like that was a shot. It was more like, wow, they literally just thought, because before the trade deadline ended, we said we wanted the point guard. And yeah, we were looking at some role players, but shoot, we're not getting Malcolm Brogdon. So, I mean, when Luka's offered, I mean, shoot, they got centers. We need a point guard. It works out. But I think that's where her mind was. I don't feel like that was a shot. I don't think that's a shot either. That's what I'm saying. If you want to read it too, I wish I had it here. I forgot to put it on here, but I don't think it was a shot, but everybody's going crazy. But yeah, in that aspect, I mean, that coming out of nowhere for AD, yeah, I think he got screwed.
Let's go back to the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Right now they have the number 13 highest odds for the number 1 pick. I think the Suns and Blazers will pass them up in the standings, so they'll be at like number 11. Do you have any players you think would fit there? I do, if you want me to mention some names.
Yeah, real quick, just so I can get an idea.
So I think Igor Demon or Liam McNeely would be good role players if they're focused on like just building around this core, having some more wings there. Shooters would be nice. Or if they want to move on from Jaden Hardy, I think Jeremiah Fears would be a really good backup point guard for that team as well. So they definitely have options for sure. I think Igor and McNeely, I could see them going in that direction though. Fears would be more of like you have to trade Hardy for something. And the Mavericks, when they trade dudes away lately,
it's not going well.
Quentin Grimes is looking like fucking Kobe.
I didn't even expect that. He's averaging 17.7 points with the stinking Sixers.
Right? Like
17.
He's had 2 40-plus point games. That dude is just like hooping. Like, and honestly, I knew he was good. But I didn't think he'd be this good. Damn.
And do you feel like that's just because the Sixers just down or something, or like,
bro? I don't. I think I think he's like that. If I'm the Sixers at this point, and this is off topic again, but I'm packing up Paul George, packing up Embiid, and I'm building around this 3-guard lineup of Maxey, McCain, and Grimes, because that could be filthy, bro.
I feel like get a forward there. Like I would love Miles Bridges down there.
Imagine they get Kamon Malak. And you have the perfect role man for these 3 fucking guards. Oh, bro, my God.
If they get Kamon Maluach, bro, it'd be nuts.
And then you got the wings there. Like, I don't know. Like, you literally just like not even like, you don't have to get no buckets. You just get wings who DFS. You just get dudes who stand in the corner and shoot. Like, dudes with that build. So, that's what I would think. But,
bro, honestly, like, when it comes to somebody who could fit on this team, I feel like a sleeper for the Mavericks could be Trey Johnson.
That'd be cool.
Because I like Igor and I like who's the other player you said? Was it
Liam
Liam
McNeely?
McNeely? I do, but Trey Johnson would fit.
You think he'd be there at 11 though?
I have him 8 on my
So he could
prospects
be.
list, but I think he could fall only because he's not like he's a really good player, has energy and all that, but I don't feel like he's a creator that compared to these other guys. Like I feel like he can score, but I don't feel like he can create his shot as well as these other guys above him.
Really?
So
I'm not as tapped in, but I feel like when I watched him, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. I thought he was a bucket type of
But
guy.
that's how good this 2025 draft is, bro.
It is stacked. And like, I don't know. I think Trey Johnson would go before 8 because I feel like he's like a pure bucket, but nothing stopping Dallas from trading up either. Like,
Yeah.
I think trading up would be a smart move for them. Like New Orleans' pick, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You could send them something to get a guy, you know. Damn, that's interesting though, for sure.
Also, what do you think about Carter Bryant going to the Mavericks?
You told me about him. I haven't watched tape on him yet.
I think that because I remember I was talking about the Mavericks and I was like,
Where's
hey,
he at?
He's over with the what's his
Arizona.
name? Arizona.
Shout out Caleb Love.
I think that Carter Bryant would be a fun player going over there.
What's he like for the viewers and me?
He's just very athletic, bro. Like I've seen, he can spot up, he can shoot, he can somewhat create, but he's very athletic. He's very springy. He's very energetic. He's 6'8" or 6'9", and he's already like 220 pounds. He's almost the same build as Cooper Flagg, but he's more of a role player. Like he doesn't seem like he needs like he doesn't seem like a Cooper Flagg Igor where he's controlling the offense. He feels like he can just fit in and play alongside the Kyrie Irvings, the Tyrese Maxeys, the Cade Cunninghams. He would be the Luka Doncic's. Like he would fit on with players like that who play making everything.
He went to Centennial.
Yeah, Centen.
I didn't know. Oh, you told me that.
Exactly,
Actually.
yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I think that would be a good fit too. I think
I
having
feel like he'd fit.
and he fits the culture, like having that like PJ Washington vibe, like the athletic, like
But I mean, bro, he's very athletic.
yeah, that'd be
Very.
cool. I'd be cool with that. The last thing we're gonna talk about on this episode, what's the deepest, farthest, hardest Golden State Warriors can go? What do you think?
So I know I was obviously down on them. I thought they could probably they would get the 7th seed and have some troubles in the play-in. But with the Mavericks going out now, I think it's easier. And then the fact that they've been winning all their games, they're 9-1 or 8-1 in their last 9 or 10 games. So I think they could finish.
They're 6 right now.
They have a chance to go 3 or 4 on their trajectory. They have a chance to be the 3rd or 4th seed. The schedule's
Interesting.
not too hard and they're playing really well. They could get it.
Interesting. Is Fred
That's how
VanVleet
close the
still
West
out? Is Fred VanVleet still out?
I think he's in and out right now. He's day to day.
Okay, because I want to see him back. Like I feel like he played 2 days ago, but then sat out like a whole month before that.
Yeah. So
Like he's coming back, but
what do you think? Sorry.
because I'm saying that because they would have to pass the Rockets, and I think the Rockets were so good to start the year.
Yeah.
Because they had a point guard, now they don't. The Grizzlies are kind of beat up, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pass one of those two teams. But fuck, dude, I think healthy come playoff time. I think the only teams that they might be able to beat is y'all, or I don't know.
That's the funniest thing to me too, because at the start of season 2, they lost a couple. Or this is why tiebreakers are so important, or record-wise against one team, because the Lakers own the tiebreaker against them. We're 3-0. We have one more game to play against them, but either way, we have the tiebreaker. If the records were to be the same, I think that the Houston Rockets they're tied with them, along with Memphis Grizzlies. I think they're tied, or Warriors own that. But that's why it's important to win those games against the West teams, because now the records are so close. Like Denver, Lakers are 1-1 with them. What's the other team? Memphis, Lakers are 2-1 or 2-0. That's important. But the records are so close that's important now. So if the Warriors were to win these games and just, since their schedule is easy, just win out, they could get up to 3 or 4. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't count it out. I don't know playoff wise though who they. Because the more I think, I don't think they could beat you guys. I think they could. If you get like a crazy Jimmy series, then yeah. But I think on average, they probably don't beat you guys. I don't know if they beat the Grizzlies or Rockets healthy. And I think Denver and OKC smoke them. Like matchup-wise, I don't think those are good matchups for them.
Yeah, I think Denver smokes them. OKC smokes them. Lakers, I think that's a pretty good series, but I think we win at the end of it. Houston Rockets, I think they could have a chance, only because we don't know what's going on with Fred VanVleet, and I feel like he organizes the offense really well.
He's
but
so important for them, dude.
that too. With what was the team below
Grizz.
them? The Grizzlies? I thought already. Wait.
You
Yeah,
said-
I'm picking them over the Grizzlies.
I don't know, bro.
I'm picking them over the
I
Grizzlies.
need to see the Grizzlies healthy were so good. Rockets healthy were so good. Like the reason they both fell was because they've been hurt. Oh man, I think this is a first round exit team, and I like this team. I think if I had to see a matchup, like the matchup I want to watch the most is probably Lakers Warriors. I think that would be cool.
I would love to see that.
I want to see the Lakers or the Warriors in the second round. Like, not as a Thunder fan, as a basketball fan. Like, I want to see one of those veteran teams advance, not both of them.
Yeah.
Because it's like we see them every year. Like, I think getting the Grizzlies, Rockets, some more reps. The Nuggets and the Thunder are just on a different level. But, like,
Yeah.
that could be cool because then one side of the bracket is all, like, the older teams, and one side's all the younger teams. Because it would be like, let's say the Lakers win, then the Lakers Nuggets in the second round, and then the conference finals would be the winner between like the Thunder or the Grizzlies or the Rockets.
I'm just so shook by some of these records because, like, the teams that I thought were going to be, like, 3 through 6 are in the play-in.
Yeah, I thought the Suns would be good for sure.
That, too.
I thought the Suns would be cold.
But at least now we know they're for sure they're going to be in the play-in and have a chance at the playoffs.
I don't know if it's for sure, bro, because they've looked so bad. Like, even if the Mavericks lose, the Suns have been losing too, you know? And the Mavericks already have that gap.
Do you feel like the Portland Trailblazers could steal that spot from them then?
I want them to steal it. I really do. I really, like, I've been rooting for them all year. I want them to steal it because that team is, like, they're so fun to watch. They're a good defensive team. They, like, are deep. Like, I don't think they win a play-in game, but I think it means more to them to make it than the Suns. Like, what's the Suns making the play-in and losing for?
I'm not going to lie. I want them to tank.
The Suns?
No. The Trailblazers. That is the only team right now that I want to tank, only because I feel like a Cooper Flag, a Dylan Harper, or a VJ Edgecombe, even an Ace Bailey or Igor, would make this team so much better.
I just feel like they don't need it, though. Because they've had top picks in Scoot, Shaedon Sharp, DeAndre Ayton, Donovan Clingan. Like, that's 4, like, top 5, top 10 picks. Danny, I think, was number 8, number 11 in that range. Kamara's been playing so well. Like, he's playing like one of those guys, too.
Yep.
So it's like, sure, that helps. Definitely helps. Like, those are dudes you want. But at the same time, it kind of waters down your roster. Now you got to, like, you already have so many fucking centers. Now you got to have so many wings, so many guards, something like that. I think they should just rock out with this core and see where it takes them.
Got you.
And if they fuck up, whatever. But this is, I love these homegrown teams, you know, like where they just like, all these pieces are like either like misfit guys like Ayton or Kamara where no one wanted them and they traded them away. Or they're like, fucking, what's the word? They're like top picks that the Blazers made or Blazers developed, you know? So I don't know. I like that for them. And then they could even get like a Asanuel where they're at. You know, like they could get someone decent in the draft anyway. They could get your boy Cody Martin.
Oh, wait, Cody Martin?
What'd you say?
Oh, Carter Bryant?
Carter Bryant.
I was like, wait a minute.
They could get Carter Bryant or something like that. So I don't think they need a top guy at this point. I think you let Anthony Simons and Shaedon develop into those top guys. Because this team, I think, could be a top 6 team next season. That might be a hot take, but with development, like we've seen teams like the Grizzlies, the Rockets, the Thunder make these jumps where like now they're there. The Pistons this season. Like I think just sign like a vet or two there and just like let's rock out.
I would say just try to get rid of Jeremy Grant or DeAndre Ayton.
They should have got rid of Jeremy Grant. DeAndre Ayton's been pretty decent for them. I like DeAndre Ayton. He's been hurt the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. But Jeremy Grant should be fucking gone. Is he a free agent?
Nah, he still has like 3 years. That's why I didn't want the Lakers to 3 or 2 years. That's why I didn't want the Lakers to trade for him. And his contract just keeps going up.
Yeah, they should ship his ass off.
For a 6'8" dude that averages 3 rebounds a game.
He's a weird ass player.
I like him. Like stat wise, he's good. Or off the stats, good defensive player. But 6'8", giving me 3 rebounds a game. Come on, bro.
Unacceptable. Yeah, I gotta see where he ends up because he could get traded to a team and benefit them. Like imagine if Philly does the 3 guard thing and they trade for Jeremy Grant.
That worked.
That would be cool. And then Paul George is in Portland. Let me cook.
I would actually kind of like that.
Let me cook.
I would kind of like that. Oh, you good, man? You good?
I'm great. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of You Know Ball. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you run the play. Phil, say everything I said again.
Yes, sir. Make sure to add us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Make sure to hit that bell as well. I'm Phil. This Ant-Man straight out the MCU. We out and let's bounce.
Boom.